Hey, good evening, viewers. I hope the tutorial is going to be very helpful to those who had concerns about the offline sample item in ICT Senior 4 paper. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to be doing an offline sample question, and this is the cover photo for the tutorial I'm doing. This is tutorial 104 at my channel. Okay, this is the cover photo for the tutorial that is 104 on my channel, and of course it's going to have that photo to be used as a cover photo when you're at my channel while looking for the video. Now it's about offline advertisement cards, and it's senior 4 new lower secondary school curriculum ICT paper 2 sample item 2. And I'll be able to create an offline advertisement card that is looking like that. Yes. Now back to the folder I'm using for the video. This is the question that I'm going to be attempting in this video, and it is right here. Before I go to the question, feel free to always go to my channel, subscribe, comment, find resources there. So for now, the 9th of June 2025, this is it so far with the subscribers and the views so far there. Now back to the sample question. The sample question is right here, and it's a sample question of item 2, ICT paper 2, NLSC, New Lower Secondary School Curriculum. So the scenario is smartphone repair is one of the booming new business enterprises in Kamengo village in PG district. Most of the shops in the village trade centers have at least a phone repairer around. You are in your second term holidays and you are training to also be part of the phone mechanics around. Then you have got a friend Lincoln who has completed a 3-month course about phone repair. He already has a small scale shop dealing in phone repair, but he has a complaint about the internet not being so commonly used by the villagers in Kamengo, which makes advertising his business quite hard. Now that is just a scenario that's talking about phone repair in a certain village in Uganda in PG district. Of course, people are dealing with phone repairs, but it seems they are having complaints about internet which they may have used in advertising their businesses. Task: design offline advertisement cards to be given out freely to the villagers advertising Lincoln new business enterprise. Use support folders provided MMKB. So that is the support folder we're going to be using. Maybe it's having the images we may need for the offline advertisement cards. Okay, now in a question like this, a question that is in practical ICT, most so number 2, in most cases, if the question is not online, if it's not an online question, if it is not a website online, it's going to be offline. It's going to be offline like a sensitization message, like advertisement cards, like calendars, etc. The best program to use in case it is offline is Microsoft Publisher. So in this tutorial, I'm going to be using Microsoft Publisher to attempt that question I've just read. So I'm going to open my folder renamed Ms.Publisher, and then of course I just put anyway. Let me create a new folder on my computer here. I rename it new, then I go to folder, I rename it sample item 2 offline. Now a sample item 2 offline, it can be offline and you're using Publisher. It can be online and you're using web design if you're doing web design. So this, according to the sample question, I'm supposed to be using publisher because it's offline advertisement cards. I'm doing offline advertisement cards for the phone repair business. I'm having a friend, Lincoln, with his phone repair business, and he needs to advertise his business to people. Okay, now in my folder, I'm going to create publisher there. Of course, I right click, I go to my options, I look for publisher here. So I put publisher, then I rename it advertisement card. Renaming should be, of course, correct according to the question you're doing. In these questions of new lower secondary school curriculum, the renaming could not be specified to a learner, but it goes back to the learner to do the right renaming according to the question. Now, according to my question, I'm designing an offline advertisement card. That is why I'm renaming it to advertisement. I'm renaming it as advertisement card. Publisher is open. My publisher is open. I'm having 2024 version, but since it is soon expiring and I will need a key before Tuesday, that is tomorrow, I'll need a key there. So I find ways of getting it. For now, I still have a day to use publisher, but if it's activated at your computer, I guess it didn't display that message. It is already open. Then at page design, there is a change template which enables you to put the business card you need for now and a change template or page design as a tab, then change template. I tap at change template, and then I'm going to get a lot of devices here, including the business card I may need. So under home, I'm going to choose a business card so that I continue with whatever I'm trying to do. I can choose a template, any template I may want, according to the installed templates here at the version 2024. So I'm sure even at the versions that run up to 2010, the templates are right there. You can choose a template you want. For now, I want a template I can go with this one here, modular. Then I make sure it is landscape. Then I click OK. I hit enter to generate the modular template. So I already have the modular template and I'm going to use it to design the advertisement cards I may need according to the question I displayed at the start by simply adding in shapes, font styles, images, colors, etc. There's a shape on top that is black. I still want the black shape, so the shape can remain there. Maybe for the texts, I can delete them. I can click at this, click at the shape, delete it. Click at this shape here, you also delete it. Any delete a shape even here, quick fix. Click at the shape, delete it. Click at the shape like this one here, delete. So I'm deleting the shapes so that I can have the exact match I'm trying to do. Click at this, delete, then this, delete, this, delete. So I'm only having the black shape on top, and this is the size of a business card. I can hold control, or you can hold control on your keyboard while you're scrolling using a scroll, of course, on your mouse to zoom out so that you see what exactly you're doing, or you can zoom in, etc, etc. So the black shape here, I can increase the size of it up to, let me delete the white shape here, click at it and delete. So I can increase the black shape to have something that is like this. Then the other shape is also black. I'm trying to do something like this as it was cover, on the cover photo I displayed here first. Something like this business card that is looking like this one here. Open with then photos. Yeah, I'm trying to do something that is like this. That's why I'm using a black shape on top and a black shape at the bottom of the card. Okay, I continue with the shapes. I was at black, so I can just make a duplicate of this. Control C, then Control V. I take this one slightly down while reducing on its size. Black on top, then black at the bottom because it's what is here. It's the card I'm trying to do, the offline advertisement card. So seems I already have the two black shapes, top and bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just pick another shape and I insert. I pick a I pick a rectangle, then I draw it around here. Can slightly increase it to the top. Yeah. After drawing it, I right click at it and select add text. Then I type the the heading of the card or the business name. So before I even type, I can change the color under home. I can give it a white color because the black is going to disappear within the black. So I can choose white and then I type the name of the business there, Lincoln phone phone fix because it's the business name, Lincoln phone fix. After typing Lincoln phone fix, that is shape one. At the second shape, I can draw another shape again and I insert shapes. Then I pick a shape. I draw something slightly at the bottom of this. Right click, add text. Under home, you give it a color that may not disappear within the shape. Under home, um, colors. Let's give it white also. We type smart. Seems the size is so big. I can reduce a bit. I type smartphone repairers. Yeah, maybe that is their information. Smartphone repairers. Um, so that is it with the title, with the business name, and maybe what the business is all about. For the size, I can highlight it, I give it a bold look, and I can increase it slightly. Yeah. So if I have something like that, and according to the cover photo of the tutorial, this is the card I should be having. So I already have the business name, and I'm having the the business uh, trademark or what the business is all about. So I'm going to the next shape. The shape is white. So in white, I was putting black. So at back to publisher, I can pick a shape again and I insert 10 shapes. I draw something here. Of course, to have the name of the card holder. So I can right click at what I've just drawn, then I go to add text. I type the maybe the owner of this card, who owns the card. I can type a name of maybe the person who is in charge of the business. I can type it there. While minding about the icon that is right here, This means that the shape is so small for your text, you need to increase either the shape or you reduce on the size of the text in the shape. So I've increased the shape and I could also reduce on the size of the text there. Even the shape looks bold, I can click at it, then I go to shape format. I change the outline to no outline. Then after changing the outline to no outline, I think the name is already there. I can maybe reduce on the shape size so that I get space to type some other information. So maybe that is the name of the person in charge of the business because the question I've just read at the beginning, you're trying to do an advertisement card that is offline and it's 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 not calling for internet use, but it's just offline. You design it offline so that you can advertise the business about phone repair in that village I mentioned, something like that. So that's why here I'm trying to do a publication that is offline and a publisher and it's an advertisement card. I can reduce the size of the shape slightly. The name could be around here. I can increase this to this area. Same applies to this. Yeah. Maybe Kasozi Marvin is the something like managing director of the business. I could go to the insert tab again, pick a shape, a rectangular shape, and I draw another shape under under the individual's name. Right click at it, select add text, and type what the person does at that business. Maybe they're just a director there. I could reduce on the size of the text before typing, and I could ensure the text is in black. Then I type maybe the managing director. After typing managing director, I can freeze the shape away. Click at the shape, then go back to shape format, choose outline, give it no outline, and maybe slightly increase the size of the post, something like that. So I already have the name and the person's post, what the person does in the business. So those are the two. Remember, using the cover photo, I'm trying to do something that is like this. So I was at the post. Here there is a small shape that is separating the individual's information from the contact and the email. Of course, that is important. You can't mix up someone's information and their responsibilities with their phone numbers and emails. So under insert, I want to pick another shape that is just a line, and I draw it. Of course, starting from here, stretching to to around around here. Yeah, this is the line, but I will just mind about the thickness, the points. After drawing the line, I can right click at it and then I go to shape format. Or actually, the line options are already here. Let me adjust the line a bit so that it is just straight. Click at the line again, then go back to shape outline, and then under the weight you can choose a slightly lower point to make the line not so thick. It's just separating this person's information from the phone numbers you're going to type there, or from even the email you will type there. So that is the line. That is how it's put. Back to this, I'm trying to do something that is like this. The phone numbers again. The logic is shapes. So with publisher, now this person who's doing publisher, it could be a person, it could be a learner, or it could be someone else. If you're trying to design an offline document, the technique with shapes, the technique with colors, images, etc. is so important. I've been doing it from the heading of the business card up to up to the line, this line here. So even at the phone number, I go and pick a shape again under insert shapes. I pick a rectangular shape. I draw it right here so that I can type a phone number there. So it's there. In case the content is getting much on the card, you can slightly zoom in to see what you're really doing. You can zoom in your card and then you see what you're really doing. So I'm around here, right click at the shape and select add text. You want to get a cursor there. You type the you type the information that should go there. Under home, you reduce the size of the text and then you type a phone number. This is supposed to have a phone number 07704438. Maybe that is the phone number of the business. 3800 stroke 0701 286731. Yeah, that is the phone number, and you could freeze the shape away as well. Click at the shape format, outline, no outline. Maybe the phone numbers could be highlighted and they could be given a bigger size, something slightly like that. You can't have a phone number having a bigger size, uh, having a size that is just like your heading. The heading should be the biggest at your document because it's the business itself. Then I think even someone's name is important to have a bigger size. So that is the phone number, and after the phone number, the other category was email. So you may not draw a shape again. You could click at this shape, copy, Ctrl C, then Ctrl V. You have two shapes having the phone number, but in the second shape, you could just delete the phone number and put the other information you may want. Here I want to put email. I can type something like email us, Lincoln phone fix at gmail.com. So maybe that is the email address of the business. Now back to this question I'm trying to do. You're advertising something offline and you really need publisher to help you there. It is not online, it is offline, and it's just a card that you're trying to design to advertise your business offline. This is so important in the question I'm attempting. So having typed all that data on the business card, assuming this is my data back to what I'm doing something like this. Email us, phone number, managing director, etc. Now this one, the email could be also bold and under again the font group that is a tight, normal, very tight, lows, very lows. These categories are also important in your text you've typed. If you want to have a normal flow of letters, tight, very tight, etc. You keep on choosing up to when you learn to what you may want. For now I want very lows. It's what I prefer here. Then even the phone number you could make it bold. Then maybe the line they should be in line. The two shapes, that is phone number and email, should be in line. So the phone number here should be slightly pushed in line with the email for just uniformity of your work. So that is it with email, phone, managing director. You can make it bold as well. Plus this, plus the name, you can also make it bold. Not forgetting the styles that are under this group. If you have a style you may want to be indicated on your business card, you can put it there. Again, basing on your creativity, you can put a size or style or color, etc. Whatever. So that is it with the text. Seems I'm done with the text. I'm heading to the images. Images are important in an offline document because the only chance you have is putting an image on a card to really advertise what you're doing. If a card is not having any image there, you're not attracting someone to get to know what your business is really doing. Now back to the card I'm using for this tutorial. There's an image here, and according to the question, we're supposed to use this support folder here, mmk then b. The support folder is around here, and it's having the images I may want. For now, I want this image having font 1. I can right click at it and select copy, or you could use a Ctrl C shortcut, or you could right click at it, you select copy, Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 11, right click at it, select show more options, then you click at the option copy. Go back to your publisher, right click and select paste. So the image is going to be pasted into your publication, and you just have to adjust the size from the corners and use this symbol to just move it around according to what you may want. Back to my my card I'm using. The image is just in line with the heading, Lincoln Phone Fix. It's in line with the heading, so even this one I'm trying to do, I can put it in line with the heading around here. Could adjust it slightly at the bottom, something that is like then on top of a name. Yeah, something like this. So since the image is already there and I want to just add in more formatting features of the image, I could just click at the image, picture format. You just change to the correctness you may want according to your card. Corrections, there are a lot of corrections here. So you choose an appropriate correction for your image, and you click at the image, then picture format, corrections. You choose a correction you may need. Seems that is the correction I need. Just adjust this slightly to the top. Back to the card I'm using. There is a line that cuts across from the top of the image up to the heading, and even there is a line that's at the bottom of the heading. Let me start with this one across. It's at this car, something like a screwdriver, something like that, that can open maybe a phone that is being repaired. I guess the one for phones is slightly rather different from this one. But anyway, we can go with that. I can just reduce. I can put the heading slightly down. Then under insert, then shapes. Choose a shape and draw a shape from this point. Draw it while cutting across, something like that. I have a shape, but the shape is black. It's being covered in the black background of the card, of the business card. Click at the shape, go back to shape format, shape outline, give it something like that, because even at the business card you're trying to do, the shape is having that color. Just reduce on the points of the shape. So reduce on the points of the shape by going to shape outline, then weight, give it a slightly smaller weight. Then seems the shape should have another color. This color is maybe so it's I'm saying it's so white. So click at the shape again, go back to shape outline, choose a color that is not like the previous one, something like that. Because we are trying to do this. Maybe it is so lengthy. I could just click at it again, then I reduce. Slightly reduce to your left. You go to the corner, you hold left and reduce slightly. Yeah. So you don't have to go and pick another shape under insert. You could just copy this one, click at this one, Control C, Control V, and paste it somewhere. Now according to what I'm doing, this other one is running from the settings icon up to the end. So from the settings icon here, around there, and it stretches up to letter N somewhere here. Yeah, so something like that. So it's like you're highlighting the heading, because the heading, of course, it's the major text in your in your card or in your advertisement card. You could even slightly increase the size of this heading so that it's really outstanding as compared to the other text you have. Since I've given it a very big size, let me increase the shape. Yeah, that is better. Back to what I'm doing. So I'm done with the two shapes that are cutting across the heading. Then I'm just having the logos, the phone logo and the email logo. The logos and the support folders used, the question, they are all going to be in the description of the very tutorial. If you're finding challenges downloading them, you could contact the numbers you're seeing there so that I can personally send them to you in your inbox. So the logos I'm using here, there is the logo of a phone here. I could just right click at it and select show more options. Then I choose copy. Seems my computer has a lot of options, copies here, but I could just use Ctrl C, click at the image, Ctrl C, then go to Publisher, right click, choose paste. The logo is going to be big, of course, reduce on its size, and then get the smallest logo you want. You can even zoom out, I mean, you can zoom in to really see what you're doing. If you zoom in, it's going to enable you format the very tiny text or images. You can format the very tiny images if you're zooming in, just like the logo I'm dealing with. So I can zoom in to put the logo beside the phone number. And then I can zoom out, I can hold control and scroll on the mouse to see how the card really looks like with the logos. Then, according to what I'm doing, even email had a logo, an email logo. So back to the support folders, the email logo is here. So I can right click at it and choose copy, or I can just click at it. I go with Ctrl C, and then I go back to publisher. I zoom, I zoom out, and then I put my email logo there. Of course, besides the email address I typed previously in this very tutorial. So I just reduce on the size of the email logo up to when I get the size I want, and just move it there so that it's besides the email of the business I'm trying to do the business offline advertisement card for. So I briefly talked about character spacing. You can space your characters. Maybe I want to space managing director. You can highlight it. Be mindful when you're highlighting. You could first click at the text, then you highlight. You don't. If you move the shape around, you could slightly change your work, which you may not want. So highlight the text you may want. Then here, under spacing the characters, you can choose, of course, the spacing you want. If you want very tight, normal, loose, etc., or even more spacings according to what you want. So I personally want to use a normal one at my text. So since I've put a lot of information at the card, it's the information I really wanted at the card. And according to my sample business card, I think that is it with the card. Now publisher has some more formatting features. Now, like this is the card I've been doing. I can decide to go to page designs, and I put background colors at the card. I put background colors at the card. Um, but again, if you don't want background colors, you can go with the colors I've been using here. That is black and white. But if you want background colors, page designs, there's a page design tab. There are background colors there, so you can choose any color you may want with your business card. So there are a lot of colors that under the background color group. So you can use any colors you want, but personally, I don't want to put a background color at my card. I just want my card to be looking like this. Since I've designed the business card and back to the question, I was required to design an offline advertisement card to be given out freely to the villagers advertising Lincoln new business enterprise. Now, according to the question, people are finding challenges with using internet. So you don't need to design a website here. You just need to design cards offline using publisher and then print them out and distribute them freely to the people willing to of course know more about the phone fix business. So this is the card and it's looking like this. If you really want to see what you've been doing with your card, you can hold Control while scrolling with your mouse so that you reduce the size of the card. You increase it. Of course, the opposite direction can increase, then the other direction can reduce the size of the card. Now, this is the card I've been doing, and of course, the very last step of publisher is to print out the cards. You need to print out the cards, and you also need to save your card as a JPEG or as an image. So that's of course you print the image and you cut the image to the different business cards you may need. So after designing my business card under file, I have the print command. So under print, I'm already having my business cards displayed on a paper. The paper can be changed from letter to A4. A4 is just the normal paper we use to print. So under A4, these are the cards. That's how the cards are going to be looking like according to the printer you may be using. For now, the print I'm using is really here. It is just offline, but of course, I'll put it online and then I'll find ways of printing the business card. So it's F4, and here we have options of identifying the number of cards you may want. So for now, I can go with the normal one. I could just reduce this to the normal size. And yeah, those are the business cards that could be printed out when I command a print. Composite, grayscale, these ones could just be about colors, but I was just here. For now, if a learner is doing this question, you could just print the business cards. The most important part is choosing the paper size. And of course, your cards are displayed on one paper, and there are 10 cards for now. So here under pages, if you're seeing one card at your computer, under pages you can select multiple copies so that you can have your cards that are really displayed on one page. Copies of each page, these are just the copies you may need. We could leave that to 10 and then we could make a printout. If you make a printout, of course, you're going to get a hard copy of the cards and you could just use a something like a cutter to cut the different cards out because one card is given out to just one person. So you cut the cards just separately, of course, to distribute them to separate people. So that is it all with the printing. I can command a print and then I could get a printout of my business cards. Like I said, my printer is offline. I'll find ways of putting it online so that I can make a printout of my business card or advertisement card. Then lastly, saving the PUB, the publisher file as an image that you can maybe distribute it using other platforms like email, like WhatsApp, etc. So if this is the card you've designed, you also need to have it as an image or as a JPEG. So what you do under file, you click at save as and then you browse for the location. My location for now is under desktop and the folder I'm using is sample item 2 offline. It is an advertisement card. I can just add image, save as type. I choose JPEG. JPEG is file interchange format. It's just an image. So save as JPEG and you can confirm with clicking save. So I can close this and of course I can also close this. I'm looking for the image I've just saved. I can close everything here at the tab so that I go at sample item to the folder I'm using. Then the image is already here. I can right click at it and open it with photos so that I can view the photo of my business card. So this is the business card I've designed and it's looking like this and it's just a photo now. The photo, like I said, you can distribute it through email, through WhatsApp or any other um, communication channels. So this is the photo. And if you still want to make changes to your publisher, you can also go back you can also go back to the publication file. You can open it and then you make whatever changes you may need with publisher. Maybe you want to add in more images or you want to increase the size of words, etc. It is whatever you want to do. So it means that in the end you should have a publication, the publication in form of an image and a publication that is in form of a PUB, a publisher. The PUB you can still edit it, but for image you're really done with editing. Now that is it with a number that is offline. It was an offline advertisement card, and I've really done the card, and I can share it with, of course, with people online, email, etc. That is it with a sample item 2 offline ICT paper 2 question.